Yeah, this is a very complex case, but one thing is clear. The family of the woman who was murdered last year, and that's the latest homicide charge in this case, that family finds themselves devastated all over again.
Like, you took my daughter, took somebody I can never get back, somebody I love. So I'm hurt for the rest of my life.
Chastity Morse is reliving the pain all over again, knowing Jonathan Welch, the Detroit man released on low bond after being charged with numerous felonies, including torture, is now charged in a fourth murder, that of Chastity's 24-year-old daughter, Natayla Morse.
Last time I saw her, I hugged her and told her I love her, and my kids was about to graduate, so she was talking about, oh, I'm gonna come down to the graduation. Yeah, she died the day before her sisters graduated. They had to go across stage the next day knowing their sister died. I told them, do it for your sister. So they went across stage for her. They did it for her.
Her body was found in a field on the city's east side in June of last year and was not positively identified until later. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office says Welch is accused of killing Natayla with blunt force trauma to her head before stealing her car and setting it on fire.
Have you ever seen him before, prior to all of this?
No, it honestly kind of doesn't really make any sense how they have any connection whatsoever. So
her sister still going through the anger.
Did he deserve a bond? No, especially that low. It's absurd. I'm honestly speechless.
In the time after Morse's body was found, investigators say Welch was charged with bringing terror to his ex. Prosecutors say he strangled his ex, poured gasoline on her, threatened her with a drill, burned her arms and legs, and attempted to sexually assault her. He was then given a bond at $100,000, 10%, and walked out of jail after posting the $10,000 bond. Shortly after, prosecutors say he barricaded himself in his mother's Harper Woods home and shot at police before setting the house ablaze. The ex-girlfriend, Welch's mother, and stepfather were killed.
Bond reform definitely needs to become a big major thing, because this happens all the time. So much could have been prevented if they would have really looked at the bigger picture. You're a threat to the community.
Meantime, the family of Natayla Morse try to remember the good times they had with a hole in their hearts that will never be filled.
She was the oldest sibling of the 7 of us. She was loving, the most kindest soul you could ever meet. Like, she had drive, and she was all about going to work, working on herself, her career. She was really driven to do better.
So needless to say, the family wants the system to change somewhere. We were unable to reach a lot of the principal folks involved in the legal system as it relates to this case. We hope to hear from them soon. Certainly more questions as we go down the road. For now, we're live at Detroit Police Headquarters. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Well, Dave, why did it take so long to issue charges against Welch for Natayla's murder, even though what happened before the others? I'm sure many people are thinking that it could have prevented some of the other attacks and murders if he would have been locked up ahead of time.
Yeah, it's a huge question in this case, and one of the big questions that we have, one of the things we do know from sources on this case is that it did take a lot to put certain details together in terms of the investigation, but still, that's something that the family wants a satisfactory answer for, and we're working to get that as we move forward and continue to follow this case.